Alrighty, and welcome back to Black Phoenix Entertainment. Look at, you can see me. Why? Because I remembered. I'm starting to keep this mount right here in the front glove box, so that way I don't remember. That way I do remember. Well, sometimes I don't remember too. I don't remember a lot of things, but that way I don't lose it. I can just mount it when I want to and have the camera set up. So that's that. What are we going to talk about today? Has there ever been, and I'm going to keep this just motorcycle related, has there ever been a motorcycle company or brand or whatever that has hated their customer base more than Can Am on-road? Oh man, let's talk about it. And Can Am owners, riders, whatever, you will totally understand what I'm talking about as far as the on-road stuff goes. Because just recently, and I know I'm late to the party here with the 2026 lineup, but what party was there? Because yet again, absolutely nothing has changed. Here's some new colored panels, overpriced colored panels, by the way. I'll get to that in a second. For your Ryker, zero changes at all. Spyder, Ryker. Everybody knows how I feel about the Canyon at this point. Like, it's so goddamn stale that they didn't even make videos on their YouTube channel for this. Like, very rarely, like, one post on Instagram from what I saw, and like one vague, like, which way do I want to go? I want to go straight. Are you gonna go? I'm gonna go. I should be paying attention to riding, but yeah, couple vague Instagram posts, one YouTube post about the new color changes for 2026, but there was no like legitimate marketing or anything saying, hey, we have released our 2026 lineup. And they really, and I know why they did it, because there were no changes and they didn't want to get the hate that they got last year for it. But in fact, you are still getting the hate for it. So, like, to the point where they are blocking and deleting comments on their YouTube, Instagram, or other Facebook, other social media and stuff like that. What if my comments got blocked on the YouTube thing? Like, what do you do? Like, your customers are absolutely screaming at you, literally ready to hand you money for these changes and requests and all this stuff, and you absolutely refuse to listen to them and do the complete opposite of what they are asking you to do. And then you wonder why, like, hey, why are we getting all these negative comments? Why do people talk bad about us? Well, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you guys, oh man, what's the word? Ignorance, one of the words, but there's another word I want to use. Like, you have absolutely no goddamn clue like about anything. I am at such a loss for words as to how to describe Can Am on-road right now. It's ridiculous. And the other thing is, they had an event in Boston, the reveal event, invitation only, and you know what, I get that. Like, all right, well, you know, not every company wants to do public releases, things like that, whatever, or at least have an invite only and then do a public thing after that, you know, whatever. But they'll only invite their ambassadors, of course, and Can Am or anything like that. Like, they'll only obviously invite the people who will give them positive press, like, straight up out of the box. Like, they don't want an impartial view, they don't want anything like that. They don't want someone who's going to be honest and not anything like that. They're basically like, hey, ambassadors, we're paying you, say something good about this even though it sucks. And I saw that with last year's reveal, and I felt so bad for these guys. I'm not going to name who the ambassadors were last year, but they were going live, you know, showing the Rykers and stuff. It was the Ryker specifically that I remember, and there was a flood of comments saying like, hey, what's changed, what's changed, what's new, we're really interested. I felt so bad for this ambassador because there was no answer. Because the answer was no, nothing has changed, but he has to toe the company line because he's an ambassador and be like, wow, we've got this panel and this color changed and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you've got to deflect and dodge and all this stuff. And of course the comments are like, well, you're not actually answering us. Like, I was cringing watching it, and I felt so bad. And I'm like, man, Can Am, this is the position you're putting your ambassadors in, and it's really shitty. And that's the thing, like, I don't want it to fail. Like, I don't, but you make it so goddamn hard to be likable. You have such an awesome, this thing is so much goddamn fun, but you refuse to even show the fun part of it. You know, there's a whole nother modifications and racing and stuff like that. You're like, no, let's just show our same old boring coffee shop shots of a bunch of old people just hanging around with the fake laughing and all that shit. I'm ranting because you guys who know me know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's like, God, so many missed opportunities and so much lost revenue over something so goddamn simple. Because, and I say simple, you're like, oh, it costs R&D, blah, 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 whatever. Your customers are trying to throw money at you, and you're basically telling them, no, we don't want it, we're just gonna do whatever we want. That's basically how it is. So I'm not gonna make this super long. That's where I'm at. They blocked one of my comments. Same old song and dance, same old situation from Can Am. The market is 100% open for any other company or a new company to come in with a reverse trike configuration and take easily, just off the top of my head, 30 to 40% of Can Am on-road's market. They could easily take that just by coming out with a better, more out-to-date, more powerful product. If something came out with just more power that was very similar, 30% of those customer base will jump over immediately. I probably would too, depending on my situation, like financially and cost and all that stuff, but you know, I digress. So yeah, and if I was in a situation where I could create a company and build trikes, hell, I would do that. But you know, I'm not a Java magician, and I can't just do stuff like that. So anyways, that's it. So in the comments, what other company, motorcycle company, let's keep it motorcycle related, has hated their customer base more than Can Am? Go down there, let me know. And if you're a YouTuber and you want to make a response video about how your brand of motorcycle hates its customers, do that. That would be super cool. And while you're down there in the comments, check out all my stuff in my description. Do all fun YouTube stuff, the liking, the subscribing, the sharing, and check out all my deals that you guys can save money on, from epic water filters, some cool filtered water, Iron Sight Customs, BLRtuning, save some money on some cool motorcycle stuff, and of course, any money I make off of this, including my merch, goes to Moby Kit Rescue to save the kittens. Oh man, with all that being said, let the hate flow through you. Keep rocking with the flock. See you guys on the next one.